All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honor to the powers of Israel, aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, I just want to turn off this fan. Yep. So yeah, so the other day, I damn, what was I think I was just, it was just random. It was regular chilling. And you know, as what's going on right now as far as prophecy goes, I know I can speak for myself. I one thing have been like kind of not really keeping up with the digital currency. I've been like kind of keeping my eye closer to this all thing going with the small hats and the war stuff. But there's another parts of the prophecy as well. You know what I'm saying? That and one part of that is the Motb, because all that is going to come simultaneously along with the third woe. It's all around the same time because we're at the end, and all these things are going to happen at the end. So I did a video on something, and this article I came across either yesterday or the day before. Actually, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday or Friday. I came across this article, and it's from the Atlantic Council. But the thumbnail that I have is from what a brother posted on a congressman, or whatever, speaking on this new thing they're trying to have. But it's all part of the Cbdc, central bank digital currency evolution. Because really, what they want to do is they want to make more so they want to be able to just track your transactions. They're trying to play the Most High, Isaiah the 47th chapter. But this is the way they're trying to do it. And what is Esau's God? His money and his financial system. That was the way that Esau really took control of the earth. He took control of the money. Because you take control of the money, people do things for you, military-wise and all that. People do things for you. You have the fatness of the earth. That was one of the things that Esau was promised. But you weren't promised to have that for eternity, though. And now it's about time for you to give it up. That's when he said, when the Lord said you didn't consider your light to end, you didn't consider that you're going to have to give it to controllers. You have to give it up. And now as days goes on, you're giving it up more and more. And the Lord is exposing you more and more. And all in the meantime, with all this war stuff happening, you still have to get this shit popping, this Cbdc, because why? It's prophecy. What did the Lord say? What man has commanded it, and it come to pass when the Lord commandeth it not? Lamentation, the 3rd chapter, 37th verse. Can no man say nothing if the Lord don't sign off on it first? And anyway, the Lord is making you say it anyway. But, so this from the Atlantic Council. And they're like economics, news platform, but it says, Central Bank Digital Currency Evolution in 2023. Now, this article came out in November 6th. And the only reason why I'm bringing it out, because what they were talking about in those months of the latter of 2023, they were talking about 2024 being ushered in, the Cbdc being ushered in more and more and at a heavier rate. Because while we're at the end, Revelation 12 and 12, he knows we have but a short time. So you got to get all his plans. He don't have much time. And neither do you, Jake. The Jake that want to stay here in America, is not much more time for this place. It's evident. So it reads, it says, the momentum behind CBDCs has remained strong in the second half of 2023. New research from our CBDC tracker shows that 130 countries are now exploring a CBDC, representing 98% of global GDP. He calls it all. They all have to get in line, because you know what? You know why every country would have to get in line, even though they don't want to? Because that's how the whole world is going to trade. It's not because they trust Esau's system so much, but they know that these devils rule the earth. They got the fatness of it. But what they didn't consider was Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI was going to throw a monkey wrench in all you motherfucking heathens' plans, man. All the things you think you're going to do in the future and all that, yo, you ain't doing none of that shit unless it's revolved around the prophecies of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. And that means that YAHAWASHI putting you nations into captivity under us. And all these things with the Cbdc, the third woe, it's all leading to that moment of Yahawashi's return. So continuing on in the article, it reads, a new high 64 countries are now in the advanced phase of exploration. The advanced phase? And it says, advanced exploration, launch, pilot, or development. Notably, the European Central Bank, ECB, announced a preparation phase to lay the foundations for a digital euro. And PetroChina, a Chinese oil and gas company, completed the first international crude oil trade using the digital yuan. I remember about that. That was what it said. I remember they said China made a deal using all this CBDC stuff. And it says as the year comes to a close, obviously in November, it says the year comes to a close, we are taking stock of the progress on CBDCs around the world since our last check in March. So in March 2023, which is a year ago. Okay? And it says the single biggest news since the concerns the Euro system. The European Central Bank, ECB, one of the largest central banks in the world, took a significant step toward CBDC exploration. That's the Edomites exploration, announcing new preparation phase for a digital euro in October. So I guess October of 2024. The digital euro is intended to be a digital form of cash that provides offline services, high levels of privacy, and instant settlements and central bank money. Now, these are the big rollers, but think about how they did that on a small level with all this Cash App, all this PayPal, all this Venmo, all this Zelle. Right in front of our faces, and they got everybody used to it already. So now when they come with this, you're going to have a lot of people that's already in this mind frame of digital currency and digital exchanges. And now you're just getting the big players. Now you're getting the countries and corporations involved now. But they already started with all that Cash App and PayPal, all that shit. That's exactly what it is, digital transfers. And they're going, and all the CBDC is that on a wide scale, and more people along with it. It says instant settlements and central bank money. So that's why they want everybody to get in line with a central bank. It says the ECB spent the last 2 years in its investigative phase. Last 2 years. So you got to remember all this stuff in the midst of the C-19. That's when all the CBDCs just started getting mad traction and just started, you know what I'm saying? So the last 2 years, it says this critical phase will lay the foundations for a digital euro, focusing on finalizing a rule book, selecting providers for platform and infrastructure development, and conducting extensive testing and experimentation. So what the fuck you think is about to happen? You think they're just gonna stop doing this and just do what the fuck y'all want them to do? Is that what people they think the government you think that you're not gonna go according to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's plan? Because they probably thinking that these elites, they probably have it to where the CBDC is gonna be the thing to bring everybody together. Because everybody's gonna have to come together because you still gonna want to buy and sell. Even though all this war stuff happening, these nations are still buying and selling and trading. And now, since all this fighting, that's probably why they're going more digital. You got over there in the Red Sea, is crazy shit going on right now. Over there in the Red Sea as we speak. It says, I'm not going to read too much more. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read some of the countries, though. But it says, one of the key features in the investigative phase is implementing a composition model. This model aims to create incentives for banks and payment service providers. And it says to distribute digital euro and to ensure that these payments will be free of charge and widely accepted across the euro area. Now, if it's the euro area, that means they're going to do it in America. For brand innovative Eurozone. Although this phase will not include a decision on whether to issue a digital euro, it signals a commitment to preparing and innovating for the future of digital currency in the Eurozone. You that was really looking for the future, right? You don't have a bright future, except for the missiles. You ain't gonna get all this shit off. You think you're really gonna have years of this, decades, centuries of this, after your few hundred years of ruling over the Israelites, and then having his prophets come out and prophesy your downfall? You think you're gonna get all this? Nah. And so the ECB's approach emphasizes the significance of comprehensive research and collaboration with industry stakeholders. As the preparation phase progresses, it is expected to generate valuable insights that they may play a pivotal role in shaping the introduction of a digital euro and potentially influencing the broader financial landscape. Because if Europe does it, why are all other niggas gonna follow? Remember, the EU, NATO, that's all European countries, Esau. I have a few countries, and America being one, but a few. They have a list of countries that I guess are like, entertaining this or like into this. So we have country updates. Argentina. Juan Agustin, whatever the fuck last name that is, director of the Central Bank of Argentina, announced that the bank is working on legal framework for the CBDC project in pesos. Argentina is considering introducing a CBDC to prominently address economic issues and inflation. Inflation! Woo-hoo! What's the major problem here in America? Inflation. Everything is too expensive. This is what it's for. They're going to bring in this. Australia. In October, MasterCard successfully concluded a CBDC blockchain pilot with the Reserve Bank of Australia, demonstrating the potential for CBDC to interpretate with various blockchains. However, as of November 2023, the RBA suggests that the development of a full-scale CBDC is still a few years away. Granted, okay, still a few years away. That ain't gonna stop the other countries from getting down. And Australia, okay, Australia, you don't want to get down, that's cool. Let's look at the next one. They're short, so I'm going to end off that. I'm going to bring out Revelation, the 13th chapter, and I'm going to end it off. Because I just wanted to bring out this article. So we have now Brazil. The Central Bank of Brazil is addressing issues of privacy and infrastructure as it develops the digital real, DREX. The first phase launch is planned for May 2024, which is in a couple months, aiming to expand their CBDC across all financial services. China, which already did a CBDC transaction. PetroChina, a Chinese oil and gas company, has completed the first international crude oil trade using China, the ECNY. The transaction involved the purchase of 1 million barrels of crude oil settled in ECNY at the Shanghai Petroleum and Natural Gas Exchange. The deal was part of the efforts to address the Shanghai municipal government's requirements to use the ECNY in cross-border trade. This is it. This is it. Call law YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. This is it. This is leading to the Motb, the Karagma. This is what YAHAWASHI said you're gonna burn for if you get it. And they're just ushering in. Everybody get it. Yeah, everybody get it. But everybody's not gonna get it. And everybody's not gonna be down with all this shit that y'all doing. And they know that. India. The Reserve Bank of India intends to launch its CBDC in the interbank borrowing market, particularly the call money market, using CBDCs as tokens for call money settlement. India's CBDC is currently undergoing a pilot phase, with the central bank aiming for 1 million daily transactions by the end of 2023. It's 2024, it's February. So we're almost a quarter into 2024 in a couple months. And that's India. Japan. Don't tell me this ain't no thing. Japan, where the king of electronics. It says the Bank of Japan launched a forum in partnership with 60 companies for the pilot program on the digital yen. Now, remember, the pilot program is something they plan to do. Like, if you have an episode of a first show, they call it what? The pilot episode. But they already have the episodes in place. This is already in place. This is going to happen. They have to. How you going to do all this and then just stop? Nah. It said the discussion will focus on various aspects of retail settlements with CBDCs. Retail settlements. Look where we're at. February 10th, 2024. And May 2024, was it May 24? That was China? No, that was, by the end of, Brazil. They planned for May 2024 to aim off the CBDC. So that was Japan. So now we got Nepal. It says Nepal Rashtriya Bank announced plans to develop a CBDC. However, this will be challenging with ongoing bans on cryptocurrency and stablecoin activity. That's like where you easily bypass that. Philippines. The Philippines is moving forward with plans for a wholesale CBDC, partnering with Hybrid Ledger Fabric for its first digital peso pilot. Project Agilia. The pilot program aims to enhance large cross-border foreign currency transfers and mitigate settlement risk by using a wholesale CBDC. All under our noses. And they ain't talking shit about this. But yet, let's fight for the small hats. Help the small hats. But here, this is your downfall. You think this, and everybody thinking this probably gonna be a great, probably people looking at the positive the only positive aspect of it is that it's bringing us closer to YAHAWASHI's return. YAHAWASHI's return to the earth. That's all this is for. I don't give a fuck about no digital currency. We don't give a fuck about none of these heathens. This is all to edify for the prophecy's sake, man. For the sake of the truth of YAHAWASHI. This is gonna go down. And I'm gonna get the scripture real quick. Oh man, it's more. Oh, Russia. I'm gonna end off for Russia. It says Russia is pushing forward with its plans for a digital ruble, aiming for mass adoption among its citizens by 2027. This follows the Russian parliament passing a digital ruble bill in August 2027. Now that's a few years from now, 3 years from now. But look how fast 4 years went by. Cause now you got to think about from 2020 to now how much time had just sped up. And remember, the Lord said he was going to shorten the days. So that 3 years from now, that's going to be nothing. They've been bombing Ukraine for like 2 years. Almost 3. I think this is the 3rd year, though. I mean, the 2nd year. I think they started in like February of 2022. Irregardless, though. Switzerland. Let's end off with the United States. Congressman, and I think that's who that is in that thumbnail. I'm not sure, but I think that might be who it is. It says Congressman Stephen Lynch reintroduced legislation to develop a U.S. Cbdc in September. This move followed the announcement of the Congressional Digital Dollar Caucus, a group that will focus on advancing the development and understanding of a digital dollar. Checkmate. And probably nobody knows none of this shit. Probably the people that like keep track of these things. But the usual American citizen, they don't care nothing about it. They just like, just bring it when y'all ready to give it to us. Not knowing that this right here is the downfall of Esau's kingdom and the rest of you nations. So I say again, call Allah Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for destroying you. Now let's get this and that was it. And if you want to look at it, it's from what is this shit? Atlantic Council? Yeah, Atlantic Council. If you want to like read the other article, I pretty much read most of it, but if you want to like a little edification or do a little something for yourself, this is the time to get in hyperdrive. If you in the spirit, if you know of this truth, you're supposed to be spreading it. Yo, real talk, bro. There's no reason not to spread this truth now. It never was a reason. But now you have all these things happening. This is when the Lord said you're supposed to rejoice. You're supposed to be happy. We're going to go with the Revelation 13, 16. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. A mark, incision, cutting in the flesh. It's already out. You have some people that actually have it, but it's just not to the masses yet. But you have some people that actually have it. And I remember saying, I'll never forget when I first got into the truth, around 2009, 2010, the brothers used to hold out signs, and it was a sign. They said it was at a club in Spain, and it was like 2008, and the chick was getting scanned in. So this is already a thing. But now that we're at the end, now you're just seeing it more. We're just going to start seeing. They're going to start ushering it out more and more because they know they have but a short time. It says verse 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his system or his name. But think about this though. They're not talking about getting nothing implanted in your skin, but it's leading to that. And since that mark is already here, we know that it's close. We know that it's close. All this CBDC stuff, for what? You talk about they said cause safety and privacy. Man, I don't give a fuck about your safety and privacy. Y'all the ones watching this, the governments. So watch this. Call Allah Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Now you're at your end. No matter what you do, no matter how you fight, you cannot fight this. You can fight it, but you're not gonna win. And the Lord said he's going to make a speedy riddance of you devils. Speaking of which, Hey, might as well get the 14th verse, man. I mean, 14th chapter. So there's a book of Revelation, the same chapter, the next chapter, the 14th chapter, verse 9. And it reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger. That fire, our God is consuming fire, and he about to turn it up. In the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the Lamb is who? YAHAWASHI. And he coming with fire. And you ain't gonna be the high that you got it. That's why brothers and sisters pray for the strength to endure to the end. Faith, all that, mercy, anything you could do to get closer to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Because he's close. And he said what? He want to find his servants doing. When the master come home, he want to find his servants doing. And just for kids to know, that actually scripture hit home with me. Because you got these Americans thinking like this shit is just like forever. What these all the people that's not in the truth. They think that this system and this setup of the earth, the planet, is going to be like this forever. With these devils on top, having to pay bills to them, pay rent to them, worry about what they think? Anti-S. Nigga, you crazy? You the ones that brought the children of Israel over here in slavery, man. And you think you ain't going to pay for that, man? Come on. Y'all always talk about, if you want to talk about this anti-S shit, that's just words. Nobody did shit to you. Okay, yeah, the cost. Oh, my gosh, the cost. Oh my God, the 1,200 people, 1,200 October 7th, oh. Fuck you. So there's the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 37. Oh man, this is heavy. Who is he that saith, and it comes to pass, when the Lord commandeth it not? Who? Name a man. You can't. Every man, woman, child, beast, creature did everything according to the will of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and that's it. And you devils, you heathens, you Israelites, ain't nobody not under the power of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and his judgments and his control. No matter how much you think, you control your life or whatever. Okay? It's here. CBD is here. The Motb will be here shortly after. And then shortly after that, YAHAWASHI will be back. And he's going to destroy America. He's going to literally, utterly destroy America. On top of America and all these other nations shooting missiles over here. Did the Israelites do that? Or the men on the highways and byways, are they the ones causing all this shit? No. But yet they're going to still do that. So, with that, Lord, when it's edifying, we give all praises to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM KaKadosh, and double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Hey, we almost out of here. Hey, shalom.